You cannot imagine what is about to strike your spirit like loving lightning. Before reading further, Archangel Michael is speaking through these words with a shaking voice. This is more than a message. This is the strongest spiritual warning I have ever brought before you. Something enormous is moving in secret, and it is stirring both heaven and earth. A millionaire, yes. Someone known in financial circles has suddenly become secretly interested in you. And this goes beyond curiosity. They are stunned because you are nothing like what they expected. You are greater. You are holy. You are selected. Archangel Michael is weeping because the signs from heaven passed you unnoticed. And now your hour of truth is here. Are you ready to open your soul and receive it? I want to share this gently, but the clear's throat truth is shaking. The angels have watched you miss signs that were sent to place gold upon your life. Archangel Michael says, heaven has waited for you to listen. Take this seriously and approach the miracle that already carries your name. Do not treat this like one more message. A divine change has already entered the air surrounding your name, and this is hidden. This wealthy person who keeps thinking about you was led to examine your life. It did not happen by chance. It did not come from reason. The angels were behind it. Now heaven needs you to hear what they are preparing to do. You may not see the spiritual wealth already living inside you, and that is exactly what amazed the person watching you. They noticed someone humble, someone the world barely noticed. Then the covering lifted and your light struck their spirit like thunder. Archangel Michael says he is crying because you have doubted your value, journey, and gifts for so long, and now everything is starting to open. But nothing will reach your door unless you unlock it. A miracle cannot enter a home when the lights are dark and fear has sealed the entrance. That is why these words needed to reach you today. Before moving forward, stop for one brief moment. This message was formed by heaven and directed straight toward you. If your spirit feels the slightest movement, something holy is preparing to open. Subscribe now to receive more urgent messages for your soul. They are not by chance. They are meetings arranged by heaven. You may believe this is another normal day, but heaven has marked this exact hour in shining letters. A rich, influential, and closely watched person was spiritually pushed toward you. They never planned this. The feeling even confused them. Yet now they cannot pull away. They noticed something that cannot be forgotten. Your presence, your quiet suffering, your energy, and your inner light. And now, powerful plans are gathering around your name like a storm. Do not spend this moment doubting it. The true question is whether you will remain open or lose the visit that may transform your financial future. Moments like this rarely happen. Archangel Michael says, you have passed through fire during years of being unseen, unvalued, and betrayed in private. But those flames created a different kind of worth within you. It cannot be written on paper. It is the kind that shocks people who hold power. Someone now understands that what lives in you is not only uncommon, it comes from heaven. And they fear their chance to come closer to you may disappear. Do not turn away when heaven must weep to make you listen. Something unbelievable is ready for your hands if you accept it. Pay close attention. A hidden battle is unfolding in the spiritual realm over your eyes. Archangel Michael says, some forces are trying to hide you. They do not want others noticing you. They do not want money behind you. They do not want you connected with influential people. But the very thing they feared has already happened. Someone recognized your worth. Someone with the means is moving closer. Only your faith, response, and willingness to accept today's divine timing stand between you and this change. You may believe this person is only interested, but Archangel Michael says they are deeply unsettled. They are unsettled because you are unlike everything they once believed they wanted. Everything I have covered across this channel is now in one place. The prayers, the teachings, the daily blessings. It is all inside the Daily Miracle Manual. Link in the description. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site, you are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. You hold a presence that never asks for notice, yet it demands respect, and they feel it. That is why they are amazed. That is why they are quietly searching your life to discover whether you are real. And heaven is declaring that you are real. That royal worth lies within you. And hidden royalty must still stand when the trumpet begins to sound. Today, that trumpet is sounding. We are stepping across the threshold from listening into activation. Heaven responds to clear, unwavering declarations, and right now, your spirit is being called to claim what is yours. In the comments below, type, "I am ready for my divine breakthrough," as a bold statement of faith. Don't write it with doubt. Type it as an active declaration that you are opening your heart to receive the royal honor heaven has prepared for you. You have asked for change. You have cried for a breakthrough. You have pleaded with God to send you a sign. This is that sign. This is more than another hopeful message. This is your confirmation. And when God confirms that a breakthrough is near, He also places a clear path before you, so your faith can become steady action. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. A path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion. Just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, Take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now stay open, because heaven is about to show you how this confirmation connects to the person already being drawn toward your life. This person, the millionaire, the one with unexpected eyes on you, is the response to prayers you forgot you even prayed. Don't let doubt bury what heaven is trying to resurrect. Archangel Michael says, your life is not meant to stay small. You weren't made to be a secret forever. You were born to be discovered, and the discovery has begun. Let me tell you what's happening right now while you read this. In a boardroom, someone is asking quietly, who is this person? Why do I feel something about them? They don't understand that it's not about business. It's not about coincidence. It's divine design. The angels have whispered your name into their spirit over and over, and now they're dreaming about you, feeling pulled without logic. And that's why this message had to come to you now, because what's spiritual must be answered spiritually. You are not just being noticed, you are being chosen. The spiritual realm has reached a boiling point. Archangel Michael says, every delay you faced was not denial. It was a divine setup. The one watching you, the one who sees your light but doesn't know how to approach you yet, is struggling because they can't believe someone like you exists. And now their heart is opening to something higher than they ever imagined. That's where you come in. You're the answer to a hidden question in their soul. Don't underestimate how powerful this moment is. Don't close the door now. When heaven chooses you, your response becomes the key that unlocks the door. Type, I accept my chosen path, in the comments right now. By releasing those words into the atmosphere, you align your conscious mind with your spiritual truth, signaling to the angels that you are standing firm and ready to be found. There's more. Archangel Michael is showing me that this person is going to try to reach out not in a flashy way, but through whispers, a message, a connection that feels small, but is loaded with purpose. When that comes, don't dismiss it. You'll know it's them, because their energy will feel both powerful and gentle, both intimidating and comforting. That's divine contrast. That's what heaven does when it sends you someone designed to lift you, not control you, not use you, but elevate you. And they are closer than you think. Every angel around you is alert. Archangel Michael says, this is a moment of spiritual arrest where everything you thought was stuck can suddenly move, but only if your heart opens. You've been surrounded by disappointment, but now you're about to be surrounded by favor. The tables are turning, and this time in front of those who never thought you would be chosen. The person watching you is not ordinary. They're a gatekeeper, and you are being given access because of your purity, your truth, your resilience. This is not random. It's written, and when heaven writes something, not even time can erase it. So hear this, you're in the right moment with the right message, being seen by the right soul. Don't second-guess your worth. Don't shrink back. Don't sabotage this by overthinking. Just receive. Let this be the day you stop doubting your divine spotlight. The one who's coming is serious, and their soul knows what your spirit is still learning, that you are not average. You are anointed and your time has come. You may feel like nothing's changed yet around you, but in the spirit, everything is shifting violently in your favor. Archangel Michael says that even as you read these words, angels are moving things, people, documents, thoughts. even memories to align this next step in your favor. And the most shocking part, the person watching you has already made a decision that could change everything for you. They are just waiting for one final confirmation. And this message is that confirmation. They needed to know if what they sensed about you was real, and now they do. Heaven is pulling on your soul right now because you've been quiet for too long. You've let the world label you, underestimate you, forget you, but God never did. God saw every tear behind closed doors, every prayer whispered when no one was listening, and God made a promise in the heavens that your breakthrough would not come through struggle, but through divine surprise. That's what this is, a heavenly surprise unfolding through the heart of someone powerful who sees you, not your job, not your past. You're about to step into a moment where someone who has everything suddenly realizes they're missing something, and that something is you, not in a romantic fantasy, in a divine calling, in a kingdom partnership. This is a spiritual bond that's being born behind closed doors, and Archangel Michael says it's more real than anything you've ever imagined. This isn't just a message to hear, it is a sacred covenant to claim. If you feel the truth of this connection vibrating within your soul, type, "My divine connection is aligned" in the comments below. Let your words serve as an anchor in the physical world for the supernatural setup taking place behind closed doors. But it can only grow if you stop doubting the signs, if you stop pushing away the miracle with your fear. Let this be the moment where you open to what you were created to receive. Archangel Michael's voice is trembling as he repeats this. They're shocked. They never expected you to affect them this deeply. They've seen everything the world has to offer: success, fame, opportunity. But they've never felt this pull, the pull that won't let them sleep without thinking of you. And here's what makes this supernatural. They were led to you in a season when they were looking for something real. And the Spirit whispered, "Look again. Look at the one who doesn't chase attention. Look at the one whose spirit is clean." And that one was you. The question now is not whether you'll be noticed. That's already happening. The question is whether you'll have the courage to be found. Because to be found means you must stand up. Not physically, spiritually, emotionally, in your confidence, in your energy, in your belief that yes, you are worth being chosen by someone who has the power to shift your entire reality. This is not a fantasy. It's a divine setup. And it's happening because you finally outgrew the old season, and now the new one is bursting through. Archangel Michael says, there's a heavenly ripple around your name right now. Angels are speaking your name in places your feet haven't entered yet. And someone influential who could change your life with a single conversation has been spiritually drawn to you. They can't explain it. They feel crazy, but they feel you. They see your light even if you've hidden it. They hear your pain even when you've masked it with laughter. And now their heart is breaking open in places they didn't know were shut because you exist. And heaven made sure they saw you. Don't underestimate how holy this moment is. You may think you're just reading a message, but the heavens are watching you read it. They've orchestrated this exact timing, this moment of awareness, this spiritual yes, and they are waiting for your next move, not with pressure, but with expectation. You've been quiet for too long. You doubted your voice, your presence, your energy. But the person watching you is seeing everything you've tried to hide. And instead of turning away, they are being drawn closer. Isn't that a miracle? Let's go even deeper. This person has power. But Archangel Michael says, you have the authority. They have influence, but you have anointing. And when those two meet, miracles happen. This is not just about romance. This is not just about wealth. This is about divine elevation. They need your energy more than you need their resources. And heaven has made sure they feel it. That's why they're stunned. That's why they're watching. Because for the first time in a long time, they're feeling convicted by someone's spirit. And that someone is you. This is why Archangel Michael is crying, because you've been living like you're small when you were born to shift atmospheres. You've been waiting for signs when the whole sky is blinking with angelic lights calling you forward. And still you hesitate. Still you question. But not anymore. Not after this. Archangel Michael says, your destiny is knocking louder than ever. And if you open now, the next chapter of your life will feel like divine acceleration. What used to take years will now take days. What was delayed will now be delivered. The one watching you has reached a breaking point. They can't go back to who they were before your light hit their soul. And they're trying to figure out if this is spiritual or emotional. But heaven already answered that. It's both. You were not sent into their awareness just for curiosity. You were sent as a healing assignment, as a miracle, as a divine interruption. And whether they know how to say it or not, they're already preparing to approach. But you must be spiritually ready when they do. You might feel nervous. You might wonder, what if this isn't real? But ask yourself this, why are you still reading? Why is your heart beating a little louder? Why does it feel like your spirit is leaning forward right now? Because this is not fake. This is not fluff. This is God breaking silence in your life. This is Archangel Michael shaking your soul awake, because you're not just important. You're essential to what's coming next on this planet, and the millionaire watching you. They're just the beginning of what God is setting up around your name. Now listen close. The next few days will matter. You'll begin to feel more spiritual nudges. You may hear from someone. You may get a strange invitation, or feel guided to look at something you never noticed before. Don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it as coincidence. It's divine flow. Heaven is guiding your every step. Now, Archangel Michael is clearing the path for your elevation, but your awareness is the key that opens the gate. Be present, be open, and be ready. And now comes the most sacred part, the unlocking. Archangel Michael says that your name has entered a realm it's never touched before. In the heavens, there are doors with names engraved in golden light. Yours has just lit up. A door of unexpected favor, a door that was sealed until this very hour. And the one who has been silently watching you, studying your light, praying for answers of their own, they've been given the key to that door. But heaven will only allow it to open if you're ready to walk through it. Are you? You have no idea how many people have been sent distractions just to keep them from reaching this exact point you're standing in right now. But you didn't get distracted. You didn't quit. You've cried. Yes, you've been confused. But you didn't leave the path. You held on even when it looked like nothing was happening. And that's why this miracle is yours. Because it takes faith to keep moving when nothing makes sense. And it takes divine courage to believe that someone powerful could be watching you and wanting to bless you. Archangel Michael says that what you're about to see unfold will make your past pain make sense. You'll start to realize that the delay wasn't punishment. It was preparation. The people who left you, the opportunities you lost, the money you didn't receive, it all protected you. Because if you had received those things too early, you would have missed this divine match. this sacred connection, this sudden wealth transfer that isn't just about money, but about influence and legacy. Someone sees you not as a quick thrill, but as a missing key to something holy in their life. Heaven is very serious about timing. Archangel Michael says that this moment has been hovering around your life for years, waiting for you to finally arrive. And now you're here. You may still feel broken. You may still feel unfinished. But from heaven's view, you're ready. The angels are whispering, the harvest is ripe. Now send the one who was chosen. That's you. And the person watching you, they're being told by their own soul that they won't find another like you. Not in their world, not in their wealth, not in their search, because you were divinely hidden until now. The fear you feel isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign that something bigger than your comfort zone is about to pull you into destiny. That's why the angel said, open it now, not tomorrow. Not when it feels perfect. Now. Because now is the holy moment. Now is the breath between silence and miracle. And now is the second, when that millionaire whose interest was divinely stirred is about to cross paths with your energy in a way that neither of you will forget. This will not be a small meeting. It will be a spiritual unlocking. Archangel Michael says, this person has seen thousands of faces, but yours arrested them. Something about you made them stop. Look again. Ask questions. Stay longer. That's not beauty alone. That's divine light. And now they're at a point where they are willing to change direction just to figure out what God is doing through you. Isn't that astonishing? You who thought you were overlooked. You who thought your time had passed, the complete guide, every daily prayer, every spiritual tool, everything I've put together to help you grow your faith is down in the description. It's called the Daily Miracle Manual. Now stay right here with me, because as this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. You who once begged God for help and got silence are now being pursued by someone who can fund the dream you almost gave up on. And when God begins restoring a dream, He also places a faithful path before you, so you can begin rebuilding what worry tried to take away. My child, I see the burden you have been carrying, the silent stress about money, the thoughts that don't leave your mind, and the nights where you try to rest, but your heart feels heavy. You have been asking for peace, and I have heard you. You are not meant to live in this constant worry. You are meant to feel calm, secure, and guided every single day. That is why a simple path has been placed in front of you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system created to gently lead you out of fear and into clarity. Each day you will be guided with a short prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction so you can finally feel in control again. No confusion, no pressure. Just small steps that slowly change everything. This will help you feel calm again, reduce your stress, and slowly bring control back into your life. If something inside you feels ready, do not ignore it this time. The link is in the description and in the comments below. Now, keep your spirit open, because heaven is still revealing how far this divine attention is about to carry your name. The angels are not allowing your name to go quiet anymore. Heaven has placed your energy on a spiritual loudspeaker. That's why you felt more spiritual pressure lately. That's why your emotions have been sensitive, because your spirit is responding to prophetic traffic. People you haven't met yet are being spiritually drawn to you, including this millionaire. They don't know it yet, but they are part of a divine shift, and you are the catalyst. But that only becomes reality if you dare to believe that you're worth all of this. Let me speak this truth over your life. You are not just seen. You are being summoned. There's a difference. Being seen is about visibility. Being summoned is about destiny. And this person who has taken interest in you, they are being used by heaven to summon you into your next level. And Archangel Michael is crying not out of sadness, but because heaven has waited so long for this day. And now you're finally at the gate of your greatness. The moment is real. The time is now. They say when God wants to bless you, He doesn't always drop money in your hand. Sometimes He drops a person in your life, a connection, a divine appointment, someone who carries the access, the keys, the influence to take you where your gifts were always meant to shine. That's what this is. That's who this is. And they are about to step closer, slowly, carefully, respectfully, and your heart will recognize them before your mind does. That's how you'll know it's God, because it will feel like peace and fire in the same breath. Archangel Michael is shouting this in the spirit. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. Don't miss this. Because there are moments in life that only come once. And this sudden attention, this silent millionaire, this divine pursuit is not just about your present. It's about your bloodline. What happens next could shift your entire legacy. And you won't have to force it. You won't have to prove yourself. You just have to be willing to be seen by God's design. You just have to stay open to the impossible. In the next 48 hours, expect signs, expect interruptions, expect holy chaos. Archangel Michael says the energy is being stirred. Conversations are being had about you in rooms you've never been in. Your name is rising in spiritual corridors where decisions are made. And the one who sees your value, they're already making quiet plans to move. That's why this message had to reach you, because you've come too far to miss the door that's opening now. The tears you cried were not in vain. The years you waited were not wasted. You are being lifted. You are being targeted with blessing. You are being honored in ways your past never suggested. And the person who once seemed out of reach, they're about to reach for you. Not for what you do, not for what you wear, but for who you are when nobody is watching. That's the miracle of this moment. Heaven revealed you to someone powerful, and now the divine countdown has begun. This isn't imagination, it's prophecy. This isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. Say the word continue, and I will carry this miracle further for you. Archangel Michael is still speaking, and his voice is breaking with divine urgency. He says, this person has already made the decision to come closer. They just need one signal from heaven, and that signal is you accepting it. They've watched you quietly. They've asked about you without making it obvious. They've tested the atmosphere to see if it's safe to approach you. And here's what stunned the most. Your purity. In a world where people chase fame and flash, you stood still. You stayed kind. You stayed real. And that realness pierced their soul like divine lightning. This is why heaven is protecting you so fiercely now. Because what's coming next isn't just a blessing, it's a reward for not giving up, for not selling out, for walking away from people who didn't see your value even when it hurt. God is now replacing everything you lost with something you didn't expect. Someone who sees you deeply, honors you quietly, and wants to invest in your elevation. But God wants you to prepare your heart, not just your hands, because this miracle is too holy to be met with fear. Archangel Michael says, "Your silence over the years has spoken louder than anyone's shouting. While others tried to force their way into places, you waited for your moment. You let character lead you. You let your spirit stay soft. And now a person with both means and mystery has been led to you, not through algorithm, not through chance, but through divine design. This person is not just noticing you, they're recognizing you. They've seen you in a dream or maybe in a vision, and even they don't know why they can't forget you. But heaven knows. Do you feel it? That stirring in your chest, that warmth building in your gut like something ancient is waking up. That's your spirit remembering the promise God made to you before you were even born. The promise that you would be lifted in front of those who once laughed at your struggle. The promise that your destiny would not be stopped by delays or detours. And now this person watching you, they're part of the fulfillment. They're being moved by forces they can't explain. Their heart is drawn to you. And that's not lust, that's light. Archangel Michael says, "The realm of heaven has whispered your name so many times lately. The stars themselves have begun to vibrate with your purpose. And this individual, the one with resources and reach, is now being pulled by the echo of your assignment. They don't even know the full reason why. All they know is this: you carry something sacred, and they're willing to make room in their life to protect and nurture it. Not because you begged, not because you chased, but because you waited with dignity. And heaven never forgets those who wait with dignity. There are people who tried to bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. There are moments you thought you failed, but God was just preparing the soil for your growth. And now the fruit is visible. The fragrance of your purpose is traveling across spiritual realms, and the right person has caught it. That's what has shaken them. That's what has confused them, because they weren't looking for you, but now they can't look away. You've become the answer to a question they didn't know they were asking. Archangel Michael says something powerful now. Don't run from this blessing because it looks too big. You've been conditioned by struggle to think that big things aren't for you. But that was a lie from the pit of delay. You were never meant to stay small. The fire you survived was proof of your capacity. The pain you endured was confirmation of your crown. And now someone with abundance is being directed toward you because God has decided it's time. Not just for love, not just for favor, but for alignment. You are being aligned with your higher calling through a human vessel. Receive it. It's okay if your heart is racing. It's okay if your mind is trying to analyze. But let your spirit breathe for a moment. Let it feel what it already knows. This message is real. This is not imagination. You didn't stumble upon this message. You were summoned to it. And the fact that you're still here, still reading, still open, that's your sign. Heaven works through timing, through truth, through trembling hearts, willing to believe in something bigger. And you, my beautiful soul, are standing on the edge of something unshakable. In the next few days, you may feel strange emotions, unexpected peace, a release of old pain, a sudden thought that someone's about to appear. Don't fight it. Don't silence it. It's preparation. Archangel Michael says the meeting is being prepared in secret. The moment of divine contact is drawing near. Whether it's in person, a message, a referral, or a chance event, the shift will be felt. It will feel holy, quiet, but undeniable. Don't let fear talk you out of what God is talking you into. This is the beginning of your next. You are no longer hidden. You are no longer waiting in the shadows. You are no longer overlooked. Heaven has announced your name, and a person of wealth, power, and surprising sensitivity has been chosen to see you. They won't just admire your light, they'll protect it. They won't just want you, they'll honor your journey. And they won't run from your depth, they'll lean into it. That's the kind of person who's coming. That's the kind of energy entering your life. And Archangel Michael says, the only thing required of you now is faithful expectation. Let the world wonder. Let others mock your hope. But as you stand here in this sacred message, know this: something has already been released in your favor. The chains have broken. The delay has lifted. The divine connection is moving. You don't have to beg. You don't have to chase. You only have to believe, because what's for you is already moving toward you, carried by the hand of a person who was sent to witness your glory and amplify it. And when it arrives, when the message comes, when the door opens, when the call is made, you'll feel it in your bones that this was the moment heaven spoke of, that this was the person heaven showed you in visions you didn't understand. And you'll remember this message, the tears, the trembling, the confirmation, and you'll know God really did send someone important, someone generous, someone destined, and their interest in you was not random. It was written before you were born. Archangel Michael is standing still now, watching with trembling reverence as your soul leans into the vibration of what's unfolding. He knows that what happens next could either unlock your greatest season or delay it another cycle. And he's whispering again, please don't ignore this. Please don't let fear rob you of what we fought for in the heavens. You've come too far. You've endured too much. The pain, the abandonment, the closed doors, they were all training grounds for this one miracle. The moment you be seen by the right soul with the right power, and no hidden agenda, you don't have to question the purity of this connection. Archangel Michael says, this person isn't coming to take. If you want the full guide with every prayer and lesson I've compiled for this community, check the description for the Daily Miracle Manual. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit out community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. They're coming to build. They are someone who once believed they had everything, but your spirit showed them something they were missing. Not surface-level beauty, not temporary pleasure, something eternal, something raw. You awoke something in them that have been sleeping under years of noise, and now all they want is to feel more of you in their atmosphere. That's why they're watching so closely. That's why they're studying you quietly, because heaven is teaching them how to approach you with honor. And isn't that what you always wanted? Not just love, not just opportunity, but respect, to be looked at and seen as sacred, not broken, to be approached with care, not conquest. And now you're finally attracting that, because you've become that. You've grown into a presence that cannot be imitated, and God has finally whispered your name into the right ear. Archangel Michael says, they didn't hear about you, they felt you. And now they can't stop wondering, why does this person feel like home to me? You are the divine echo to a longing they couldn't name. This is your confirmation. The person drawn to you has already begun a spiritual journey of alignment. They may not even understand it fully. They may resist it at times, but what they feel is unshakable. They've seen millions, been around everything money can buy, and still they find their mind returning to you. Not because of anything you're doing on the surface, but because of what your soul is emitting. You're sending out a frequency that heaven designed just for them to recognize. That's why their heart is turning. That's why this message found you. God is still good at divine setups, and this one is unfolding faster than you think. There will be confirmation, something subtle but undeniable that this person is near. A conversation. You overhear a comment from a friend, a strange dream, a name, a symbol. Archangel Michael says, watch for 3 signs. They're coming. And when they do, say yes with your heart before your lips even move, because heaven won't force this blessing into your life. It must be welcomed. It must be honored. It must be recognized for what it is. A sacred contract written in spirit. You've walked alone for so long that part of you might resist this blessing, afraid it's too good to be true. But Archangel Michael urges you, don't treat this divine connection like your past pain. This is not the same energy. This is not another cycle. This is a divinely upgraded soul path. The one watching you was sent because they prayed for someone real, and God in His perfect timing allowed you to become their answered prayer. And now they're about to become part of your answered prayer too. And here's something else you need to know. They've seen the fire in your eyes. They know you've been through something, and they love that because it means you're not fragile. You're forged. They're not interested in perfection. They're drawn to your resilience, and that's what makes you unforgettable to them. In a world of masks and performances, your transparency is their healing. You've already begun changing them, and they haven't even touched you yet. That's spiritual power. That's divine chemistry, and it's only going to grow. Archangel Michael says, let go of the timeline you thought this would follow. Let go of trying to control the how. Just stay open. The orchestration of heaven is too complex for your logic to carry, but your soul already knows the rhythm. Trust it. Trust what you're feeling in your chest right now. That pull, that warmth, that ache, that's your divine compass, and it's pointing you towards someone who won't waste your love. Someone who won't manipulate your trust. Someone who's ready for what you bring. This moment is fragile, holy, divine. Archangel Michael has been protecting this timeline for months, even years. Every delay you faced was a redirection away from distractions that looked good, but couldn't carry your blessing. and now the one who can carry it is watching. Their spirit is aligning with yours. Their energy is starting to vibrate in harmony with your next level. They are moving in silence, but heaven is moving loudly. And that's why the angel is crying, because the moment has finally arrived. Archangel Michael's tears are turning into light now. Divine light, because your soul has stayed open long enough to receive what others missed. And heaven is beginning to release the final layer of this message, the part that's been protected until your spirit could hold it. The person watching you, they've already been tested by heaven. Their heart was weighed, their motives were examined, and yes, they passed. That's why Archangel Michael is no longer warning, he's celebrating. You're not walking into another illusion. You're walking into divine recognition, and it's going to feel like destiny remembering itself. This person didn't just notice you. They felt seen by you, and it awakened a part of them they thought was gone forever. Their interest is not surface, it's so deep. They want to help you not because they pity you, but because they honor your story. They feel that you've been fighting battles they couldn't survive, and they're thinking, if someone like this still has peace in their eyes after all that, I need to protect that peace. I need to learn from it. I need to be part of this journey. Archangel Michael says, this person has already written your name in their plans quietly, carefully, but they've done it. They're rearranging things in their world, creating space they didn't even know they were preparing for you, because their spirit knows what their mind can't articulate. You are not ordinary. You carry a divine assignment, and by standing near you, something in their life will also begin to awaken. That's why their interest is so intense. That's why it keeps growing. Because heaven is making room for something bigger than either of you imagined. And if you're wondering why me, let me answer you with everything inside me, because you stayed faithful. You didn't chase clout. You didn't betray yourself for validation. You kept your spirit soft when life hardened others. And God is rewarding you not with a temporary blessing, but with a divinely approved soul connection. This isn't karmic. This isn't toxic. This isn't confusing. This is the one heaven chose, and they are about to move toward you in a way that confirms everything your spirit has been sensing. Don't doubt it. You'll know it's them, because their presence will feel like peace breaking open. You won't need to force anything. You won't feel anxiety. You'll feel seen, but not exposed. You'll feel safe, but not small. And most of all, you'll feel like God has finally answered the ache you couldn't explain. Archangel Michael says your energy has already been marked by their interest. You are spiritually tagged for favor. That's why the old things have started falling off. That's why people have been drifting, because what's coming is too sacred to be surrounded by confusion. And here's what makes this even more divine. They're not here to change you. They're here to witness the rise of who you've always been. You don't have to become anything else to earn their love, respect, or investment. You just have to keep standing in your truth. Because it's that truth that pulled them in. That quiet, humble, deep truth that says, I've been through hell, and I still choose light. That's what moved them, and that's what will keep them close. Archangel Michael is saying something clearly now. Get ready, not in fear, in faith, because the next few days are part of a countdown you didn't know was ticking. Doors are opening behind the scenes. Hearts are being softened. Pathways are being rearranged. You'll feel it in small ways. Divine nudges, a a soft whisper in your chest, maybe even an unexpected message or dream. These are not random. They are echoes of destiny. Pay attention. Respond with openness, because this connection, this sudden millionaire interest, is just the beginning of your kingdom elevation. This person has been watching how you move, how you speak, how you hold your light without screaming for attention. They've seen it all. And each time they feel more drawn in, because what you carry is magnetic to someone who's been surrounded by noise, but hungry for truth. And now they're stepping closer, not for fame, not for performance, but for purpose. They want to know what it feels like to walk with someone who doesn't need to perform to be powerful. That's you. That's your anointing. Archangel Michael says, this connection will not only bless your life, it will transform theirs. You are an answer to a silent prayer, and they are a vessel of provision, protection, and expansion. Together, you won't just grow, you'll shift dimensions, and the world will feel it. Because when two souls aligned by heaven collide, they don't just touch each other, they shake timelines. And that's what's being prepared. This moment marks the precise point where your timeline shifts. Take a second to declare your presence and faith by commenting, "I claim my timeline shift today." Let heaven record your response as an undeniable yes to the extraordinary favor moving toward your bloodline. Now you're not just meeting a person, you're meeting a divine event, and your spirit has already RSVP'd. As we near the close of this divine message, remember this. You didn't stumble into this. You were led here. Every tear you cried, every time you questioned your path, it was seen. It was counted. It was carried by angels who now stand at the edge of your life, waiting to deliver this miracle in full. All they ask now is that you say yes. Not a loud yes, not a desperate yes, just a quiet, deep, soul-level yes that tells heaven you're ready. Ready to be seen, ready to be chosen, ready to be known in the most holy way. This is it, the shift, the divine reversal, the moment heaven has waited for. The person who carries your breakthrough is already looking in your direction. Now all that's left is your surrender to the miracle. My beloved child, I am your angel. If even a part of your heart was part "this was for me," then heaven just confirmed it. You will guide him not by chance, but by a divine thread that has been running through your life since the day you were born. This is not just a message, it's a spiritual appointment. Archangel Michael does not cry over random soul. He weeps when destiny is sent standing at the door, and all you need to do is open it. So don't walk away from this sacred moment without occurring yourself to where the next message will land. Subscribe now, not for content, but for confirmation, because the next whispers from God might carry your breakthrough. You are healing, or the final piece to the promise you will be waited years for. Stay connected, stay available, stay aligned. Heaven is just getting started with you. And remember, beloved, these messages continue because of people like you. We run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description.